Okay, we're going to try this again. Now it's working. Took two bites at the apple this morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Friday. Glad you're here. Today's Red Mic message is, well, it's coming to you from the cheap seats. Saw a story about a baseball player jawing with a fan of the other team in a crosstown series. Um, Player's name, last name is Crow Anderson. Can't remember his first name right now to save my life, though. Some White Sox fans started getting after this guy. He plays for the Cubs, and one of them yelled, "You suck." And this guy, initials are PCA. Well, PCA fired back with a very not safe for work insult that the microphone picked up very well. And of course, the clip went, semi-viral, and sports media did what sports media does. Everybody picked a side within, minutes. Some people acted like civilization had collapsed or was on his way, and other people acted like it was the funniest thing they'd ever seen. Now, I am not excusing the behavior of, well, either of them. Uh, been guilty of heckling at a game, but I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But this guy, he's a professional athlete. He knows that cameras and microphones are everywhere now. He should know better. But I'm going to give him a little grace because sports have always had an emotional edge to them. It reminded me of a time where I was heckling a bit, and I can't remember who was at the game. Part of me thinks it's my best friend Joe, mentioned him yesterday, and a guy named John Ritchie, but I don't know if they were there or not. It's been 30 something years, so who knows. Um, we were at a game in the 90s, and it was a Texas Rangers game, and we were hassling a former Blue Jays MVP. And let's be honest, George Bell, he invited heckling. He played ball with a almost a visible chip on his shoulder. Every at bat looked personal. Every strike call seemed to offend him spiritually. You could almost feel him glaring into the stands between pitches. So naturally, from our place in the cheap seats, we started chirping at him. Georgie, Jorge, that was a great at bat you had just had, George. No, it wasn't really. I mean, we were just being silly fans. Nothing threatening, nothing vicious. Just part of the sporting tradition of trying to get into another player's head. And for most of the game, it seemed like he was ignoring us completely. He wouldn't look over, wouldn't react, stayed locked in. And then late in the game, he made a really nice play. Part of us hated it, but you got to respect the game, right? So we gave him credit. We said, "Nice play there, George. Seriously, good." Yeah. And then we ended up with Jorge, and that version of his name finally broke him. He started laughing. And he turned around, and this was not fake PR smiling, not angry. He was actually laughing, and he tipped his cap to us and gave us a thumbs up. That moment changed how I saw him as a player because he just seemed, sullen and angry all the time. But just in that, I saw the 8-year-old kid playing the game because he loved it. You know, you have to respect the competitor who can take the heat, perform anyway, and then still recognize you as a fellow human in the crowd. Now, sports used to have more of that, I think. Throwing the opposing team's home run ball back on the field, booing wrestlers that, you know, you secretly, grudgingly loved, right? Outfielders hearing it from the bleachers for 9 straight innings. Players occasionally chirping back instead of acting like every interaction required a press conference and a psychological evaluation. I think we all understood the assignment. You compete, you heckle a little, you perform, everybody goes home. I think for a few hours, thousands of strangers now all agree to participate in that same sort of emotional experience. And that's why sports are still important, I think. There's heroes, there's villains, there's emotional swings, there's inside jokes, there's rituals, there's suggestions. Even heckling when it stays inside the lines. And I think that female fan, I mean, you suck. I mean, come on, be better. I think heckling when it stays inside the lines, it's passion wearing a baseball cap. It's passion wearing shoulder pads. Nobody heckles games that they don't care about. Today's situation, the Rangers are currently one back of the Athletics. And yes, I'm still annoyed that a regular fan practically needs a second mortgage to go to this May 29th game where they're giving away the Nolan Ryan bloody shirt. I mean, ticket prices are absolutely nuts. Sports needs to remember that it's about sitting in the outfield in shirt sleeves and getting peanuts and watching the game. It was never about the millionaire athletes. It was about the crowd. It's about the Cracker Jacks. It's about rooting for the home team. It's the crowd. It's the cheap seats, the yelling, the chants, the scorecards, the bad takes, the parking lot discussions, and maybe arguments later. The humanity of it all. I think there's a lesson in George Bell tipping his hat. Strong people don't completely melt down every time somebody gets under their skin. Real confidence is being able to laugh a little bit, perform anyway, and move forward without losing your composure. And that's today's Red Mike message. Hope you found it interesting or helpful. Hope you're able to use some of these things in place in your own life. Please give me a like, a follow, and a share. I'd appreciate that a lot. Thanks for being here. I love you guys. I'll see you again Monday. Go out and have a good weekend. It's a long weekend, so go out and have a good weekend. On Monday, don't forget the reason you've got the day off. It's because of those soldiers, Marines, airmen, sailors. It's because of the ones that didn't come home. It's Memorial Day. Remember that. I'll see you Monday. Not sure what I'm going to talk about yet. I suspect it'll have something to do with those fine young men and women who paid that ultimate price. But we'll talk about it Monday. Go out and have a great weekend. Go knock the cover off the ball today. And until next time, don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon. I'll see you.